Greetings, PrimeMortals. David Cooley here today, taking you through a bit of a stretch session. So today's session is a flow. We've got some warrior poses. It will have times when it can get quite athletic, it can get quite powerful, but it doesn't have to be that way. So if you want to slow things down, skip poses, please feel free. I mean, it's your session. No one's going to know it but you, how you move today. Just make sure it feels good. So come back into child's pose and we will get started. And in your child's pose, just feel that the body's nice and heavy. You can even take your hands back. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rest my shoulders a bit and just have hands to heels. Be heavy and breathe. And setting the intention for the practice. So that intention is just to move well, comfortably, feel give you a sparkling of joy. Just feel good in your body. Good in the skin, right? Taking out to the head. And then lift my head and just walk my hands back, slide my hands back in this case. I'm going to bring my knees together, sitting in Sazan, and I'll turn to you for this next part. So just do some easy neck stretches. So I'm going to just take the neck and head forward. Take it off towards the left, back around to the right, and back up, and then in reverse. So ahead, off to the right, back, the left, and around, up. And some easy shoulder rolls. 3, 2, 1. We'll go the other way for 3, 2, and 1. Nice, and then so easy side bends. So bring your right hand down, take your left arm up, reach into that side bend, other side. So the flow is already begun. One more time each side. Moving feels so good. And now some twists. So I'm going to lift up all the way, make a good presentation of this, and then just gently twist. Not holding for long, and lift up. And go to the other side. We'll do 2 each side here as well. Ringing through my waist. A little bit of a twist through my neck as well. Feels all right. And up, and bring the hands down. Now let's come into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, and lift up, and start walking right away. Stretch out through the calves. You can do a little bounce here to heel if you want. And then we're going to roll forward. Bring the knees down. Hands underneath your shoulders. Round. Marita. Round into the cat. Then slowly, mindfully into cow. I hesitate to say drop in because I'm not wanting to drop in. I want to extend. Flex and extend. Just 1. And tuck and lift and push it back. I'm going to bend my knees, lift my sit bones a little bit more. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, press heels towards the floor. 2 more breaths, total of 3 here. Last one. Then a very deep knee bend, walk forward into ragdoll. Feet are hip width, do make sure that they're apart, otherwise you might come toppling over. Cup the opposite elbows. I bend my knees to bring my ribs to my thighs. And then I'm shifting a little bit more weight into my toes here. I'll rock my arms like a hammock. And then I'm going to start swaying side to side, so still the earth. A little side to side sway. That sway is more through my spine. Just a gentle kind of a flexed and side bent sort of spine, as opposed to swinging my hips. Last one. And then come to stillness, release the hands to the floor, and slowly walk your hands up your legs. I mean, we've been down here for a long time. If you need to stop halfway to let the blood drain, if there's blood pressure issues, please do so. Otherwise, you can come up when you're nice and ready. We're going to go into Sun A, of course. So I'm going to lift myself up, big breath in. Exhale, coming down. Half lift, hands to shins, straight arms straight in the back. Take a big breath in. Hands to the mat. Exhale, step back into your high plank. Hold knees or toes. I'm staying on toes today. My fingers are spread and I'm really gripping the mat. I lift the ribs and then I broaden the collarbones. That heart opening feel, even in plank. Take an inhale to push forward a little bit. Exhale, come down, hold at elbow depth. Take another breath in and out. Breathing. Exhale and come down all the way. Flatten the feet, baby cobra. Baby please. Push into the ground with your feet. Feel like you're kind of wrinkling up the floor. And lift. Should be very little weight in your hands. Hands are on the floor, but there's no real weight into them. Baby cobra after all. Baby bhujangasana. One more breath in. As you exhale, push into the ground, bend the knees, lift to downward facing. Let's do that at a little bit quicker pace. We're going to bend the knees and step forward. Halfway lift, shins, press the heart, tuck the chin. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. In breath. Out breath. I'm going to hop back. And out. Breath in. I'm ready for upward facing dog where I lift my thighs and I pull the shoulders back or push the heart forward. It's much the same thing. Exhale, take it back. Bend your knees to look forward. You're going to step your right foot ahead. Move it there with your hand if you need to. Spin the back foot down for warrior one. And I have to take my feet wider for that, you might as well. Press into all 10 toes. Lift and square. So when you square your hips, you might need to step in a little bit. It might feel like you have to come up out of it a bit more, tight calves. Many different things here could be going on. You want to feel that your hips are square ahead of you and you are bending into your front leg, being mostly upright. Inhale to your warrior one. We take a big breath in. Exhale, sink a bit more. Pressing into all 10 toes. So the back ankle feels lifted on the inside. Push into the baby toe to help to lift that ankle. One more breath in. As we exhale, we're going into humble warrior. So interlace the fingers, bind the thumbs, and press the palms. Then take your shoulder to the inside of your knee. I kind of go way over to the other side and sweep in, pushing into the inside of my knee, and I lift my hands. Still breathe. One more breath in. As we exhale, we begin to lift. Swing the left arm up and around to warrior two. So that will mean that you need to step your left foot so that the instep is in line with the heel. To reach your arms confidently forward and back. Bend into your front leg, so your right leg has that bend. Sink deep into it. Inhale, reach forward. Except for extended side angle, a gentle resting of the forearm on the thigh. Slight resting, so not much weight. Arm overhead, and then turn the chest. One more breath in, out. And then we're coming into the reverse warrior, so I'm going to leave the bind out of this round. And slide the hand down. This is a lovely accordioning of the ribs as you reach. One more breath in. As you exhale, sweep through. Let's go through the flow. Up and back. Let's go to the other side. So bend knee, stepping forward, land. Land the other foot. Climb on up for your warrior one. Now, whatever you did last time, whatever adjustments, make them again. Feel good here. For me, the biggest challenge is getting that calf to stretch at the back. So we all have our own little things. Sink and lift those arms up. I want to make sure that I'm pushing into my right baby toe. You can probably see my ankles kind of sinking in. I'm pushing to the right baby toe, and this thigh will just go like that lovely foot and floor contact. Grounding, yeah? This is the other. We ground ourselves. Circle the hands. See if you can clasp the hands in the non-natural way. So however they end up, try and swap the binding and the latticing of the fingers. For warrior two, the right arm sweeps. with open. And you might need to do what I do, where you bring the heel in line with the instep. So take the step, do whatever you need. Powerful warrior. We want to make sure, again, we're pushing into the baby toes of both feet, because when we do that, look what happens. I push into my baby toes. You can see that you've got that little bit of movement. It's a little bit of movement, but it really feels like a lot. Sink in, reach confidently. To extended side angle, inhale, and a light touch down as we exhale. Turn your chest. Reverse warrior on your in-breath. And then let's flow. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel. Stepping the arm to the front. Half lift. Forward fold. Reach your legs. Okay, so now we are going through that more powerfully, should you choose. And I'm going to add options. So I lift it up. I'm going to go into a little back bend. So arms ahead of chin, soft knees. Lift the chest. Like someone's pulling you up from under your armpits. Big breath in. Exhale, folding, folding, folding. Tuck the chin. Inhale, flat back. Take it in. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Mukhasanas. Exhale, Mukhasanas. Warrior one right. So bend, step. Rise. It's a big breath in, we are square. Then humble on the exhale. Inhale, begin to lift up. Exhale, warrior two, adjust. Inhale, reach. Exhale, extended side angle and hold for the binding option. So that arm will go around the back, quarter bind, half bind, or full bind, whatever you do. Now we're going to stay here for our first balance. So look down towards your right foot, step in, and try and find a balance. Let's see if I can today. There we go. A little wobble. If you touch down, hey, you're in good company. I'm touching down. And try and lift it one more time. And then land. Come to reverse warrior, so release. I'm going to keep my bind, so hand to thigh. Take it all the way back. Inhale, begin to lift. Exhale, warrior three, another balance. So turn, kickstand on the toe, and springboard into three. I've got the foot flexed, right knee is bent. I'm square and I'm reaching, so I'm using these upper back muscles to lift my arms higher. And the shoulder blades are dropping down, so I use middle back muscles for that. One more big breath in. And exhale, come through your flow. And back. Let's go to the other side. So warrior one right. Oh, sorry, warrior one left figure. Humble. Try and swap the interlace of the fingers. Square to come out. Inhale, warrior two, make adjustments. Exhale, stay. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come into your extended side angle with whatever bind you did before. See if we can do a little bit better with our balance this time. So start to come in. Let's see. Shift and lift. And fall out. It's always better the second time. Touch down. Reverse your warrior. Keep the bind if you can, that hand coming around. And then you come up, warrior three. So turn, kickstand, sprint. Remember using our back muscles, but remember to lift the arms using those back muscles. One more breath in. Exhale, go through your flow. And then using forward, should we do it one more time? Come on. Half lift. Full fold. Reach your eyes. Into the back bend if you choose. Arms go back this time. Exhale. In breath. Flat back. Exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Up face. Exhale for down face. Whew. Warrior one right. definitely you're right this time. Humble. Begin to lift, warrior 2. Exhale, land 2. Inhale, reach. Exhale, extended side with your bind option. Let's pray our balance a little bit better this time. Lift up when you're ready. Inhale. Oh, spoke too soon. Very much too soon. But we persist. There we go. Land it for reverse warrior. And coming through, warrior 3. Now let's go through the flow. In, out breath. Warrior 1. Step other side. Left leg is in play. Humble. 2. Reach. Over and extend. Find your bind. And then your balance. Land for reverse. See, better with practice. And warrior 3. And the flow. Take it back. From here, a standing fold. So bend your knees, walk your hands back to your feet. Padahastasana. So that's hands underneath the feet, toes to your wrist creases. My feet are hip width distance. You can see my knees are very bent. And I come into it, shoulder blades away from ears, elbows to the sides. And then all I do is I push my toes into my hands. Well, my wrist creases, the toes are on my wrist. Try as best you can to get toes to wrist. So I can feel the vibration in my muscles here. This deep hamstring stretch. I reinforce the stretch by pulling my belly in. Gotta have that pull in. Then I'm going to use a little bit of back work, or back muscle, back strength, to pull the shoulder blades away from the ears, and to use my biceps to pull me down a little bit more. Whew. Sweet, sweet spot. Let's stay here for 5 breaths. I'll be quiet and just immerse yourselves. On the inhale, come to flat back. Exhale, stay, just let the blood drain. You have the option of just coming to the mat, having a seat, or going through one more vinyasa with me. I'm going to walk out to downward facing dog and go through that kind of vinyasa. Go through downward face. Let's take a breath if you're coming with me. Then rolling forward, inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga asana. Inhale. Flex, exhale, down flex, and then step or hop forward, have a seat. Coming into your back bends for today. So back bends for today, we're going to go down slowly, and then up into bridge. But for this bridge, bring your feet really close, knees are hip width, head is down. And then you're just going to peel up halfway, so just halfway. I want you to feel that as you're lifting up, you can feel the muscles working to keep you lifted. Then before we lift the pelvis any higher, think about pressing your heart up and over your face. So you're going to feel your shoulder blades squeeze together more. And you can see I've got my ribs poking out a bit. Now I want that. So let's go ahead and push into the feet, lift the pelvis up all the way, but keep that feeling of the heart leading up and over. You can stay here with hands on the ground, palms up, arms wide, anything. I'm going to clasp ankles today for my Satipandasana, like a wheelie bridge. This also helps me to lift up a little higher because of, well, physics and strength. 2 breaths. Now slowly release your bridge. You do whatever you need to do to come down. Nice. You know, windscreen wipe the knees side to side, just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then I bring the knees in, tuck the chin, and roll. I'm coming into a straddle practice. So take your feet nice and wide. Knees can be bent, you can be seated on a block if you have that, cushions if you don't, pillows if you don't have the cushions, and sit the butt back. Now first of all, as we sit here, we want to feel that everything is safe, right? I don't have any pain as I sit here. You know, hips are fine, hips flexed are fine, back of my knees feel great, ankles, insides of my hips feel great too. So let's keep that feeling and keep it active by pulling the toes back and turning the toes out. So that turnout might feel like it comes from here, but it actually starts here. In fact, if you're not sure, take your hands to your thigh and actively roll it out a little bit more. It might feel a little bit better for you. Take the hands behind, inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to tip forward, easy. Keep pulling the toes back, you want to keep those legs active. If you're really flexible, I challenge you to keep a feeling of active in this stretch. Rather than flop, rather than release, keep it as active as you can. If you're not so flexible, right, hands up, then you want to control and not force. So you close your eyes, soften the jaw, soften the muscles of your face, and that might help you to let go of expectation, of desire in this pose. Because all we desire is to feel our bodies stretching in this wide-legged position. That's it. That's all that there is. So I'm going to keep long and tip forward. Breath by breath, we may go further, but I'm not attached to that. In fact, I might turn my hands up just so I'm not going to be pulling myself along. We've got several breaths here. Come out of it early if you need to. Let's just breathe. And the back is allowed to round if it feels good doing so. So don't be afraid of rounding if it feels right. Those who've had disc issues in the past would want to keep it as straight as possible, even sitting up straight. Last 2 breaths. And slowly coming up, take your time. Swing around. Let's lie back. Let's have a bit of Shavasana. I'm going to go into Supta Baddha Konasana, so that's feet together, knees in the diamond. Just squash the elbows overhead. Just let my hips rest for a second. We have a supine twist before Shavasana. Alright, now just gonna let my knees roll and my legs roll out. If you're ready for supine twist, then please come with me. So left leg is going to be long with toes pulled back. Right knee to the chest with toes pointed. Pulling tight. Then you're going to take a knee across the body. Imagine your arm will reach away. Hop the butt as much as you need. And toe touches down. Maybe your knee also touches down. Your abdominals stay strong and hugging in here to support the whole twist. In fact, it's not even supporting the twist, it's making the twist happen. If your shoulder blades keep wanting to lift up, then just kickstand that toe at the back. toe, knee in, and begin. Take it across. Last breath. Back in, hug the knees to the chest. And we're coming to our Shavasana. So I'm going to go back to Supta Baddhanasana. You could do the proper Shavasana, corpse pose. You could do this lying on your side. You could kneel, you could sit cross-legged. Let's just have 10 quiet breaths together. And make them deep, so as you breathe in, target the depths of your lungs and fill up to the top. And then perhaps as you exhale from the top all the way down to the bottom. See if that kind of cyclical filling and emptying suits you, if that appeals. 10 breaths. That was my last breath. So I'm going to start to make the body round, shaking of the legs. Try to remove the fingers. Hug my knees up. Of course you can do everything. And come to a seated position anywhere that feels right. Hands back at center. Thank you very much for joining me today. Even though this is pre-recorded, even though we are through the interwebs, I see you, I honor and share this wonderful human compassion that binds us all together. So, namaste. Namaste, here I am down at the bottom of the screen. Thanks everybody for moving with me today. I will see you next time. Bye for now.